Hello everyone, in this video we're going to learn about the top 10 algebra mistakes. Let's get started. Mistake number one is forgetting to distribute the negative. So if we have this expression here, it's really easy to think we have to do the 3 times x and the 3 times the 1, and then we write our answer as 5 minus 3x plus 3. But this is wrong. And this is because we actually want to distribute this negative 3. And so we can rewrite it to make it a little bit more clear as 5 plus this negative 3 times x plus 1. And now we can see how this negative 3 is distributing over. And we have 5 minus 3x minus 3. And that is the correct answer. Mistake number two is thinking you can distribute this power sign here. So if we have this factored equation with a plus sign, we cannot distribute this 2. So you may think you can distribute it and get x squared plus 9, but this is not the case. What you actually have to think about is that this whole x plus 3 is being multiplied by another whole x plus 3. So we can rewrite it as x plus 3 times x plus 3. And then we can FOIL this expression to get our factored or unfactored equation. So our x times x is x squared, and then we have x times 3, so we have plus 3x, and then 3 times x, which is plus another 3x, and then 3 times 3, which equals 9. And then we can combine these like terms, and we get x squared plus 6x plus 9. Now it is worth noting that sometimes you can do distributing, but only when the things are multiplied together. So if we had like an x squared times y, and this whole thing was squared, now we apply this 2, and we're actually multiplying the powers together. So we have x, and then it's 2 times 2, and then y, which is just to the first power, times 2. And so this will equal x to the fourth times y squared. And so this is our correct answer, and this one would also be a correct answer. In this third mistake, you see that we have this negative 3 squared, and we know that anything negative times a negative becomes positive, so you may think you can just write 9, because 3 times 3 is 9, and get our answer, but that's actually incorrect. And that's because this negative is not being raised to the second power. We can write it as a negative 3 squared, and it becomes much clearer that the 3 is being squared, and then you have this negative, so you're left with negative 9. And if it was written as a negative 3 and this whole thing was raised to the second power, then you would get a positive 9 because the negative is underneath this squared. So these two over here is the correct answer. For mistake number 4, we have this equation on the top and bottom, and you may think that, oh, we have an x in common here, so we can just cancel these out and we're left with 3. But that is not correct, and that's because we have these two things added on the top, and we can only cancel out when they're multiplied. So what we actually have to do is multiply this x into both sides of the equation. And so we would get x divided by x, and then plus 3 divided by x. And so these x's will cancel out to equal 1, and we'd be left with 1 plus 3 over x. And so this would be the correct answer, and this becomes even more confusing when you write parentheses around things. So if we had this x squared plus a factored term of x plus 1 and then x plus 1 on the bottom, just because they're in parentheses does not mean you can just cancel them out. And that's because we have this plus here. And so it only cancels if they're multiplied together. Mistake number 5 comes from assuming that when things are added within a function, you can just break it up and distribute that function through. But for all of these examples, just because you have an added inside the function, you cannot say that these are just added with the function applying to each term. So all of these are actually incorrect. So it's important that you know the individual rules for logarithms or sine functions, square roots, and knowing what rules allow you to break up the function. Like for example, if a log has two values that are multiplied together, then it ends up being added. But like a square root, if two things are multiplied together, then you can break the square root up by multiplying. So knowing these individual rules will save you from making a lot of mistakes. Mistake number 6 is adding and multiplying fractions incorrectly. So there's two different mistakes you can make here. When you're multiplying this fraction together, you could think that you're supposed to multiply the tops and the bottoms by this single value and get 6 over 15 plus 1 over 10. And then you could make another mistake by adding these together by just adding the tops and the bottoms and getting 7 over 25. But this is actually, both of these steps are both incorrect. And so let's talk about how you can fix them. So for the first step, you can think of this 3 as actually a 3 over 1. And when you have two fractions that are multiplied together, that is when you multiply the tops and you multiply the bottom. And so you get 3 times 2, which is 6, and then since it's just over 1, 5 stays the same. But when you're adding fractions together, you have to have a common denominator. So on the 6 over 5, this 5 can be multiplied by 2 to get 10. So we can multiply the 6 over 5 by 1, but our 1 will be 2 over 2. And so this won't change what this fraction is, it's just changing the simplified form. So now you're left with 12 over 10, which equals 6 over 5 plus 1 over 10. And then you can add, when you're adding fractions, you just add the tops together. And so you're left with 13 over 10. And that would be the correct answer. Mistake number 7 comes in with forgetting your plus or minus. So if you had this equation x squared equals 9, you would think, okay, let's take the square root of each side, and we're left with x equals the square root of 9, and the square root of 9 is 3, so x equals 3. Now this is actually not correct. Now 3 is one of the solutions, but whenever you're taking the square root yourself, you actually have to add a plus or minus. So when we have the square root equals 9, when we have this x squared equals 9, we can take the square root, but we know that since anything under the square, doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, it's always going to be positive, we have to add this plus or minus here. And now we're left with x equals plus or minus the square root of 9, and x equals plus or minus 3. And so that is the correct answer. Now, one little thing to note is that people will overuse this in a way and get confused when you have something like x equals the square root of 25. That does not mean that x equals plus or minus 5. So x does not equal plus or minus 5. This does not equal plus or minus 5 because we didn't write the plus or minus here. The square root of 25 is just a number. It's just 5. We're just saying x equals 5. So if you're not taking the square root yourself to remove a squared or some even power, then you cannot write a plus or minus here just because it's a square root. This is just saying x equals square root of 25, nothing more than that. Mistake number 8 comes in with messing up your exponential rules. It's really easy to think that when you have an x times x, the powers are just going to multiply, so then you'll just be left with x to the 6th. But this is incorrect. When you have two terms multiplied together, their exponents actually add together. So x squared times x to the 3rd is actually equal to x to the 2 plus 3 power, which equals x to the 5th power. And so that would be the correct answer. Mistake number 9 is a similar mistake where you see these x squareds and they're added, so you think, okay, we can add the exponents and you get x to the 4th. But this is not correct because this term you can think of as one single thing, and now we have two x squareds. So this is not the correct answer, and we have to treat these as their own variable here. And so you have one x squared added to another x squared, so you're just left with 2x squared, which is much different than x to the 4th. So that would be the correct answer. This final mistake is one that comes with distributing out a negative. It's really easy to think when you have this minus 5, we can take out a negative and now it becomes x plus 5. But this is actually not correct. And that's because when we're distributing out this negative, we're also distributing it from the x. So if we have x minus 5 and we take out a negative, we have to take it out a negative from the x, so it becomes negative x, and the 5, so it becomes plus 5. And so this equals negative 5 minus x. And so this would be the correct answer. One little bonus mistake is that 3x to the 3rd power does not equal 9x to the 3rd. I make this mistake all the time, and I'll realize it after going through all this work that this was the reason that my answer was wrong, and it's because when you're moving quickly, you think, okay, the x to the 3rd, 3 times 3 is 9, just makes sense, but you have to remember that this 3 is being raised to the 3rd power, so you really have 3 to the 3 times x to the 3, and so you're left with 27 x to the 3rd. Now you may think this is obvious, but remember this video the next time you make this mistake.